So if you didn't get a chance, go collect now a pillow and a stack of towels. I have 3 towels with me that are like big, like beach big bath towels. And we'll use those as makeshift props. If you do have props, grab a strap. Might as well grab a pillow too, and a yoga bolster if you have one of those. And we're gonna go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. So you can either use your pillow or your towels for that. I'm gonna use towels, and I'm gonna fold them up just enough to make like a sturdy high seat here. It will take a little bit of time, you guys, but I do recommend, like, when folding your towels, that you actually like fold them neatly, just so you can have like a more even, stable foundation. So take the time to do that, and then bring your towels underneath your seats. You can either choose to sit like I am in a hero's position, heels to the outside of the hips. You're sitting on your shins. If this isn't comfortable for you, choose a cross-legged position. Try that out. And if that's still not comfortable for you, not to go over all of the options here, just find whatever a comfortable seat is where you feel like you can really settle into stillness. So it doesn't even have to look like a yoga pose. Just get yourself grounded and still. And we'll begin with a little bit of breath work. Belly breath is kind of my go-to breath that I've been activating lately in my own practice for meditation. It is like really calming and really grounding, but it does take some thoughtfulness and effort in that, which will also help to calm the nerves and calm the mind as well, that little bit of effort. So you can place a hand on your belly. If you're not used to relaxing your belly, then this might take some practice for you, and that's fine. I recommend just, trying it on every day. Place a hand on your belly. Go ahead and close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall, so there's a slight extension at your lumbar spine. Draw your shoulder blades together so you're broad through your chest. Slide your ears over your shoulders so that the back of your neck is long. And start by just creating a distinction in your awareness between your external world. So with your eyes closed, just let your mind wander to the sounds and the sensations of the environment in your room. And then as you take a deep breath, internalize your awareness. To the sound and the sensation of your breath and your body. And then start to lengthen both your inhale and your exhale. And then lengthen your breath so that your belly expands. See if you can take a full enough inhale that your belly gets big and your low back gets big. Okay, I'll lie down. Soften all the muscles in your abdominal wall. And just keep focusing on that low belly breath. As you inhale, feel your lungs expand downwards, and therefore your belly expands out. As you exhale, the lungs shorten up and the belly just naturally draws in. This time, inhale into your belly for a count of 1, 2, 3, and exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to your belly for 1, 2, 3, and exhale 3, 2, 1. Now breathe in from your belly. Expand your chest and inhale all the way up to your collarbones. Then exhale from your belly. Deflate your chest. Deflate your collarbones. Inhale your belly, your chest to your collarbones. Exhale, deflate your belly. Deflate your chest. Deflate your collarbones. Again, inhale, expand the low belly. Expand your chest. Fill all the way up to your collarbones. Exhale, deflate the belly, chest, and collarbones. Do this breath work a few more times. Inhaling from the belly up. Exhaling from the belly up. Stay with the technique. Focus your mind. And then maybe you can even deepen this practice by actually feeling your breath as you're aware of what's expanding. Slow down your breath. Come back to a normal breath without any sort of control. Just keep the fullness of your breath, of your inhale and your exhale. And then gently blink your eyes open. Lift up off of your towels, move them off to the side, and come into a tabletop position, bringing your wrists right underneath your shoulders and your knees right underneath your hips. Curl your tailbone up towards the ceiling and slowly melt down through your low back, mid back, upper back, and then pause here so we can refine this cow pose. Can you rotate your triceps towards your hips to pull your collarbones apart and through your upper arm bones? Stay there, strong with your arms. And now wrap your upper inner thighs so much together that it pulls your pubic bone towards the back of your mat and lengthens out the extension in your low back. So there's your cow pose, active in just the right places to create space in the right places. Then start with your tailbone tucking under. Gently pull your belly in to round your low back. Draw your ribs in to round your upper back and let that flexion move through your spine like a wave until it goes all the way in towards your neck, your chin tucks, your head drops, and then pause here once again. Draw your navel in so there's a little bit of strength at your core to support the flexion of your low back. Push the earth away with your hands and let your shoulder blades broaden on your upper back without crowding your ears. Stay slightly engaged in the front body, but also notice the space and length in the back body. Here's your cat pose. Start with the tailbone so that you're articulating the spine one section at a time. Tailbone curls up, low back melts into extension. mid back into extension. Upper back, wrap your triceps towards your hips. Inhale, curl your chin up. Exhale, pull your belly in, tuck your tail, round the low back, mid back, upper back until your head drops. Inhale, cow pose. Slow your breath down so that your breath helps to cue your body to move slowly. And vice versa. Exhale, round into cat, moving through the posture slowly to keep your breath calm. One more time. Inhale, cow pose. Pull your upper arm bones back. Draw your upper arms or your chest through your upper arms. Exhale, push the floor away through your shins and your hands. Drop your head and relax the back of your neck. Take a neutral spine. Turn your right shin and toes to a 45-degree angle to the outside of your mat. Extend your left leg towards the back of your mat and rotate your left hip on top of your right. Your left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Extend your left bicep over your left ear. Now lengthen out the back of your neck, first by sliding the bridge of your nose towards the back of your head. And then create a sense that from your outer left hip to the pinky toe is reaching and pulling the lower half of your body towards the back of your mat, while your ribs through your left elbow, through your left pinky finger is lengthening towards the front of your mat. Stay grounded, add strength into your right arm and even a gentle push down with your right knee and outer right glute. Pull your left arm back behind your ear and then do a slow big circle, circling your arm towards the back of the room, towards the back of your mat, forward in front of you. And then one more time, big circle, peeling your chest open, maybe even spiraling it towards the ceiling, around. And then forward, reaching your bicep over your ear. Take a deep inhale, just get a little bit longer from toes to fingers. And then exhale, release your left hand down, come back to tabletop position. Turn your right fingertips only towards your right thigh. So you're opening the top of your wrist towards the front of your mats. Cow pose, breathe in and pull your right shoulder blade back towards your hip. Exhale, round into cat, and as you do, think about sucking your right armpit up towards the ceiling. One more time, cow pose, big breath, right shoulder specifically pulls back. Exhale, round into cat, push the earth away with your right palm and lift the right armpit, hollow it out. Take neutral spine, turn your right fingertips forward towards the front of your mat. And then swivel your left toes out. Your left shin comes to a 45-degree angle. Extend your right leg all the way back. And then keep pushing your left knee and engage your outer left hip for not only stability, but the rotating under of your left hip under your right. Stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then reach your right arm over your head. Create a little bit of space around the right side of your neck. And then create alignment in your neck. As you create alignment, draw the bridge of your nose straight back. It almost gets the sense that you're like creating almost a double chin, right? But in doing so, you slightly engage the back neck muscles to hold the head in place. Lengthen down. Now you're sending energy from your right hip, outer right hip, all the way down to ground the pinky edge side of your right foot. And then your right ribs through your right pinky finger lengthens towards the top of your mat. Inhale, like your breath in is so big, it could touch your right fingers and your right toes. And then start to pull your arm behind your ear. As you make a big circle, allow your chest the freedom to rotate towards the ceiling. Circle towards the back of your mats. And then forward, one more big circle. Breathing in to create even more space across your chest, all the way around, forward, over your head. One last time, you hold, and lengthen the side body. Then release your left hand down, or your right hand down, and your right knee back to tabletop position. Turn your left fingers towards your left thigh. If they don't make it all the way back, that's totally fine. Just, swivel as far as you can. All you're looking to do is to meet sensation, not to find like the exact end range of every single pose. Go to where you're tight and then move into cow pose from here, big breath. Exhale, articulate your spine as though it feels like you're moving one vertebra at a time into cat. Inhale, coordinate the breath with the movements. Cow pose, keep filling up a little bit of effort to take fuller breaths. Exhale into cat, slowly push the air out. Neutral spine, turn all 10 fingertips forward, and then just extend your legs and lower onto your stomach and onto your chest. Lie flat on the mat. Separate your hands wider than your mat and come onto your fingertips. So you're like suction cupping your palms away from the floor. Bring your forehead all the way down to the ground. Tops of your feet are down, upper body's resting, and then feel the work of your shoulders and your shoulder blades drawing down your back away from your ears. Use that strength to curl your chest all the way up. Not on your highest extension, so we can stay really focused on the upper back opening. And then exhale, like you could feel your spine through your stomach drop down slowly, one vertebra at a time. Head drops last. Let your shoulders even round forward towards the mat for a moment so you can feel their work as you pull them back. Keep drawing your shoulder blades down to curl your chest up. Higher does not mean better. You just want to find that space in your thoracic spine where you feel tight and hold. And then exhale, roll your spine all the way back down and let your forehead drop. Shoulders roll forward towards your ears. Pull your shoulders back. Inhale, curl yourself up. Hold this time. Internally rotate your right shoulder. Look to the left and roll down on the right side of your chest until your right cheek and your right temple come to the mat. Then pull the head of your right shoulder back. Use that strength to lift your chest up through center. Head lifts through center. Drop the head of your left shoulder internally. Look to the right and roll down on the left side of your chest until your cheek and your temple touch. Left shoulder draws back to curl you up through center. Big breath in. Collarbones open, chest open. Roll down through center as you breathe all the way out. Plant your hands by your side. Push yourself up to your knees. Spread your fingers wide and slightly rotate your pointer fingers away from one another. Push back into a downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, pedal push your heels by bending one knee at a time. Let your hips move side to side. And allow this movement to be mindful. So coordinate a breath with every bend of your knee. Lift your heels high and walk your feet all the way up towards the top of your mat. And keep your feet hip distance. Interlace your fingers at your low back. If you can't comfortably reach, this is where you'll grab your towel again. Use the towel to fill the gap between your hands. Now stretch your arms up towards the ceiling and drop your head all the way. It might help to shake your head a little bit to relieve and let go of the muscles of your neck. But then see if you can really stretch your knuckles up towards the ceiling. Keep your chin slightly tucked and lengthen the back of your neck towards the floor. Keep reaching your knuckles so far up that it drags your shoulders off of your ears and the sides of your neck feel really long. Soften your face. Breathe so big that it helps your chest expand. So the breath, when done properly, can really help to facilitate the space that you're trying to get or the work of the posture. One more deep breath.
Release the towel if you have one in between your hands. Release your hands, everyone to the floor. Soften your knees and slowly stack your spine all the way up for 5, 4. Stay strong in your legs. Slight engagement in your core. 2. And let your head just float up last.
Take a big breath in. From your hips to your feet, root down. From your chest to your fingers, lift up. Grab onto your left wrist with your right hand. Lean up and over to the right. Pull your front ribs down so you're taking out any overextension of your spine, and you can get deeper into the side waist. Lengthen out your left elbow. Inhale up to center. Grab onto your right wrist. Ribs in, spine long, lean up and over to your left. Push down through your right foot, and then lift and lengthen through your right elbow, even through your right pinky finger. Inhale up to center, separate your palms, reach up, look up. Slight upper back bend with an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Keep pushing your knees down. Maybe you bend your knees for a little bit more stability on the way down.
Inhale, lift to a flat back, creating a long spine. Reach your head towards the front of your mat. Plant your palms and step back into high plank. Bring your knees down to the mat and slowly lower your stomach and your chest to the floor. Lift up to cobra, big breath in, just opening up your upper back and chest. Exhale, lower all the way down. Push yourself up to your knees as you breathe in. Draw back to downward facing dog as you breathe out. In your down dog, to make this less work, shorten your stance if you need to, bend your knees if you need to. Just think of reaching your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Let your head drop towards the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway up to a long, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold as you slightly tip your hips forward to deepen the stretch to the back of the legs. Rise up to mountain pose. Full breath in, lengthen up. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart center. And we're going to do 2 more of those sun salutations. This is just to build that body breath awareness. So think of moving with your breath. It really does help you move gracefully and with more ease through the poses. Take a big inhale. Your inhale floats your arms all the way up. As you exhale, you fold and ground down, dropping your hands and your head. Again, your inhale helps you lift halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, ground your hands and step into high plank. Pause and breathe in. Exhale, lower your knees, your stomach, and your chest to the floor. Breathe in to lift and open your chest and collarbones. Exhale to roll down to the mat. Inhale, lift up to your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath in. Slow breath out. Again, patient with your inhale. As you exhale, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull your belly in and fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise, reach up. Exhale, ground your hands at your heart center. 1 more time, breathe in, mountain pose. Let your exhale carry you to a forward fold. Inhale, inflate your chest halfway up. Exhale, lengthen back to high plank. Hold for a moment, take a big belly breath in. Exhale, gently lower knees, stomach, and chest. Inhale, draw your shoulder blades away from your ears and lift your chest. Exhale, roll your spine back down. Inhale to your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Slow down your breath out. One more. Inhale fully. Sip in even more air. Exhale slowly and walk your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Mountain, breath in, strong legs, reach tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Pause here. Send your left foot back and lower your left knee down towards the ground. Let your hips melt forward. Slightly lift your chest up. Breathe in. Straighten out your right leg, reaching your hips back, but your chest forward as you breathe out to a half split. Do that again. Bend your right knee. Inhale, curl your chest up. Exhale, straighten out your right leg, fold over it, toes towards your face. This time, bend into your right knee, hold here, or reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. If you're reaching up, take a moment to pull your upper arms behind your ears. It's okay if you're wobbling, steady your breath. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground, and then everyone twist your right arm up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the back of your neck. Pull the bridge of your nose to the back of your head so the back of the neck slightly strengthens. Take 2 more big breaths. Let your inhale come from your belly to your collarbones, just like we practiced. Allow your exhale to cinch everything towards your spine to deepen your experience of the twist. 1 more breath in, get long and big. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Untwist your upper body. Place both hands down, lift your back knee. Take as many steps as you need to bring your left foot to your right. Lift and lengthen, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Mountain pose, inhale, rise. Forward fold right away, exhale. Halfway lift and lengthen. Step your right foot back. Bring your right knee down to the ground. Allow your hips just to go as far forward until you meet sensation. No pushing through it or past it, just meet it. And then send your hips back. Straighten your left leg. Pull your left toes towards your face, half split. 1 more time, bend into your front knee. Your hips, especially the right hip, opens forward. Chest up slightly. Exhale, send your hips back. Work to straighten your left leg. It's okay if the knee doesn't straighten all the way. This time, bend into your left knee, and if it feels good for you here, then just hold your hands on the floor. More is not more in this class. Think less is more here. That'll keep the intention of this being more restorative. If you feel like reaching your arms up actually helps to bring you more ease in this pose, then do so. Reach your arms up, pull your upper arm bones back, create an opening across your chest. Everyone take a big breath. Keep your right hand on the ground. Twist your left hand up towards the ceiling. Now breathe in, belly expands, chest moves away from your hips. Exhale, deflate the belly and your ribs to deepen the twist. 1 more time. Your inhale expands the posture and helps support the skeleton. And your exhale helps to calm the nerves and soften the muscles. Untwist your upper body. And this time you're going to step back into a downward facing dog. So however you want to get there, it doesn't have to be through any sort of specific postures. Find your way back, move your hips, paddle push your heels, and let your head drop heavy. Take a deep breath here. Come all the way down onto your knees and then onto a seat.
And then grab just one of your towels or a strap if you have your strap. Place it at the side of your mat. Extend your legs towards the top of your mat, reach forward. And slowly you're gonna roll your spine all the way back. Round out and scoop out the belly. Draw your front ribs to the back ribs. Keep rolling all the way down until your upper back and your head touch. Take a full breath in as you lengthen from your fingers to your toes. Exhale, pull your right knee in toward your chest. Take your towel or your strap around your right foot and extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Slide your hands down to the end of your towel or strap so that you're not shortening your chest, but you can broaden your chest as you relax your shoulders. Bend into your right knee one time, and then again reach up through your heel as you lengthen your hamstring. Then point your right toes up towards the ceiling into your towel. Flex your right foot like you're reaching your heel up towards the ceiling. Pause here, take a deep breath, and imagine your right thigh bone anchoring down the right side of your pelvis. Bring the towel into your left hand. You're going to cross just a small 2-inch cross over the midline. Very, very small. If you go slow enough, you'll feel that you don't have to go far until you feel the stretch maybe at the IT band, outer hip, or behind your knee. Now rotate your right toes, knee, and thigh bone externally, so clockwise. Keep your leg at a diagonal, but spiral your thigh bone clockwise in the hip socket, so much so that your right hip rolls away from the right side waist, rolls towards where your left foot is. Keep your outer right hip rolling away from your head and your neck, and then reach the arch of your right foot towards your left shoulder. Soften the reaction if you're tightening up your forehead or your jaw. Deepen your breath. Take one more breath. Draw your leg to center. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Take a moment to just bring the towel off to the side, release it, and then stretch out your legs and lengthen through your arms. Full breath in. Guys, soften your arms and your legs where you are. Some of you might feel that just those couple of movements already loosened your right leg enough that it actually is a little bit longer than your left. Maybe you feel a cooling sensation around your hip or tingling around your knee. Just let yourself kind of process the sensation, whatever you're feeling. And lengthen through your fingers and toes actively. As you exhale, hug your left knee in towards your chest and place your towel or strap around your left foot. Extend your leg to the ceiling. Slide your hands all the way down. Maybe your towel is long enough that your upper arm bones can actually relax on the mat and you can walk your shoulder blades to spine. Bend into your left knee, shortening the hamstring in the back of your leg, and then very slowly lengthen through your hamstring, through the knee, through the calf, through your heel to the ceiling. Point your left toes towards the ceiling, so much so that the front of your ankle, your shin opens up. Flex your foot again, and then create a grounding and pulling down energy. So it is less about drawing back over your head, because that just eventually will just flex your low back, which is not necessarily what we're looking to do. More so it's just lengthening the back of the leg and grounding the pelvis. So if you pull straight down, you can get the sense that the thigh bone integrates in the hip socket and even anchors down the left side of your pelvis. Take a deep breath. Less thinking and more just being in the pose.
grab onto the towel with your right hand and very slowly cross just to the like width of your hips. So your left foot hovers over your right hip. Now you're going to use the toes as the steering wheel to get to the outer left hip. You'll rotate externally or counterclockwise. And really, if you want to look up at the screen, if it's easy for you to access, like looking without fully coming out of the pose, I like to take my left hand and actually anchor it into the crease of the hip and just assist in rolling the thigh bone away from the left ribs. So you're now lengthening out that left side waist that was most likely scrunched up. As you rotate the left thigh counterclockwise, your left arch reaches towards your right shoulder. Take 2 breaths. Come back to center. Pull your knee in towards your chest. Place the towel strap off to the side. Extend out your left leg. Extend out your arms. And then give yourself a moment just to feel. The mind may want to analyze. Don't worry about how the mind interprets the sensations, unless it's something really positive that you want to hold on to, like, all the tension in my hip just let go. Really see, though, if you can stay anchored in sensation. From here, you're going to simply just roll onto your stomach, onto your chest. Okay, so come onto your stomach and onto your chest. And then bring your right leg out into a half frog. So what that means is pulling your right knee up towards your right armpit. You want to work towards something like a 90-degree bend at your hip, your knee, and your ankle. If you can't quite get there, that's okay. Just lift it as high as you can, and no need to go like higher than 90 degrees at your hips. So it's a more subtle sensation for some of you at your inner thigh. Prop your upper body into Sphinx pose, so bringing your elbows under your shoulders so there's a slight extension in your spine. And then soften for a moment your outer right hip and your inner right thigh. Take one more breath. Then slide your right hand straight forward and thread your left arm under your right, just enough so that you can keep your chest parallel to the floor. So chest stays parallel to the floor as you reach your left arm underneath you. Lower all the way down. If you can't quite find a comfortable space and you feel like you're really having to strain your neck to keep your head up, this is where you'll grab, once again, your pillow or your towels, and then use that to support your head. Now, as we get more grounded and more restorative, we're literally more body parts are touching the ground, or you're using props like this to fill the space between your body and the ground. You're doing so that you can create certain actions in the joint, like right now your shoulders in flexion, right? But then let the muscles soften into this action. So soften all the muscles around the right side of your neck, your right trap. Relax all the muscles around your left shoulder. Take a deep breath to feel your shoulder blades glide apart. As you exhale, soften your spine in between your shoulder blades. If you have a prop under your head, lift your head and just move it off to the side. Continue to reach through your left arm as you reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. So you roll onto the left-hand side of your body. Your right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Maybe even your chest starts to turn towards the ceiling. If already you're feeling it uncomfortable, like you can't quite find a place to put your head and keep your neck long, then use your pillow or your towel right underneath your head. Now, your straight leg is your left leg. Can you bend your left foot behind you? Grab your left foot with your right hand. Curl your left heel towards your glutes, which will take a little bit of strength in your right arm, but use that strength of the right arm to help draw your head of your right shoulder towards the floor and open your chest a little bit more. Lengthen the back of your neck, soften the sides of your neck, and keep squeezing your heel towards your glutes so that your quad opens up. You can even just gently engage your left glutes to help open the front of your left hip a little bit more. And think about lengthening your left knee towards the back of your mat, both directions, so down and back. Take one more breath here. Release your foot, straighten your left leg all the way back out from where it was, straight back towards the back of your mat. Fully open up into the twist, reaching your right arm all the way out, chest parallel to the ceiling. And then take a moment here to engage your outer right hip and pull your outer right hip towards the direction of your left foot. So much so that your right side waist opens up. Your left side waist might slightly lift away from the mat. And then here's where it can get really interesting, especially in restorative postures and classes, is that we come into these actions, but then can you come back to your breath, that full breath, and consider that your inhale and the ground can support the skeleton in this posture. And your exhale can just encourage the muscles to soften within the posture. So it's less about muscular effort, and it becomes more this thoughtfulness of breath and body intertwined. Take a few more deep breaths. Again, really creating that effort to expand your low belly, even expanding so much that your hips feel like they inflate, your low back inflates. And then as you empty, mindfully push the air out, even that last bit of air that gets trapped behind the ribs and belly button. Take one more deep breath. And then straighten out your right leg in line with your left. And if you slow this down, it can be really calming for your nerves to go from this twisted spine to now rolling gently onto your stomach, onto your chest, but as slowly as possible so that you can feel everything come back to neutral. Your hips, your spine, unthread your left arm, make a little pillow with your hands, and bring your right cheek towards your right, on top of your hands. Looking to the left, soften your neck. Relax the weight of your upper body. And then take that big belly breath again, but since your belly is on the floor, hopefully the breath will rebound and create even more expansion through the back body. On your next breath, prop yourself up onto your forearms, elbows underneath your shoulders. Bring your left leg out into a half frog pose. So left knee out in line with your left hip, your ankle in line with your knee. Make sure that you're not totally collapsed in your shoulders. Just give a little bit of pushing down through your elbows and forearms to lift your chest through the back of your neck and the crown of your head. And then soften your left inner thigh, soften your outer left hip and glute. Slide your left arm straight forward. Thread your right arm underneath your left. Just enough that your chest stays parallel to the ground. You can rotate your right palm to the ceiling or have it facing the floor. Negotiate some space so that your chin and your forehead can come down and the neck can relax. And if that's not possible, that's where you use your props. A pillow, a towel, a yoga bolster, something to fill the space. And then breathe full enough that the breath expands your side ribs, helping the shoulder blades glide in this position that they're in. Sliding out as you inhale, drawing together as you exhale. Keep reaching through your right arm as you slightly lift your head and your chest. Reach your right arm even more to the left to wrap your right ribs underneath your left as you spiral your left arm and ribs towards the ceiling. So you're coming almost into a twist. Hips are stacked. And then bend your straight leg, bend your bottom leg. Grab that foot, right foot, with your left hand. Lengthen your left side waist and squeeze your right heel towards your glutes as you reach your right knee down and back. Slight engagement of your right glutes just to help push your right hip open. And then draw the head of your left shoulder down towards the floor to open up your chest. Release your foot, let your leg extend. Allow your left arm to reach all the way over to the left so much that it rotates your chest now fully towards the ceiling. And then stretch your left hip away from the head of your left shoulder to lengthen out the left side waist. And then see if you can maintain that length in the left side waist just by breathing into that space. The more that your body feels like your breath can maintain the support along with the grounding, right? We're lying on the ground basically. Along with that, it can support the skeleton in this pose so that you can maintain the shape and let go of the muscular effort. Come back to the technique. Full diaphragmatic breathing, belly to chest expands, belly to chest deflates. Draw your legs together. Take your time to unravel out of this posture, coming onto your stomach and your chest. Again, you don't have to move as quickly as I speak. Move slowly. Untwist your right arm. Make a little pillow with your hands. Left cheek to the hands. And then just soften your shoulders. Feel your spine, your pelvis neutral. Deep breath to expand low back, mid back, upper back. Exhale, feel the weight of your body drop heavy into the ground. One more breath like that. Inhale, past the point of your normal inhale, a little bit fuller, a little bit longer. And then the same with your exhale, adding in that effort to help anchor the mind into mindfulness. And then use your hands to push yourself all the way up to a seat. Okay. Hopefully you look like crazy bedhead, like you've been rolling around in bed for the past 30 minutes and you're feeling that way hopefully too. Come into a comfortable seat, maybe the one you started in, cross-legged or on your shins. If it worked to bring something under your hips, do that again. Use a towel or a pillow. We're going to do just a little bit more breath work to help further blend this process of breath work and asana and meditation. So we'll add and continue to expand this technique of the breath work that we started with, belly breathing, by adding in more effort and a little bit of restraint. So if it helps to place a hand on your belly, if that tangible cue helps to give you something to move your belly into, like if you have a hard time expanding your belly, keep your hands there. If not so much, just rest your hand on your thighs wherever's comfortable. Everyone sit up tall, close your eyes. Know that this does take some practice, and so try not to get frustrated with yourself in this breath work. Maybe you try it a day, or maybe you continue to practice the rest of the upcoming weeks. Close your eyes and sit tall. Internalize your awareness with a deep breath. Then inhale, expand your belly, your chest, and your collarbones. Exhale, deflate your belly, your chest, and your collarbones. 2 more times. Inhale, expand belly, chest, collarbones. Exhale, deflate your belly, your chest, and your collarbones. Slower now still. Breathe into your belly, into your chest, into your collarbones. Empty out from your belly. Deflate your chest. Deflate your collarbones. Okay, open your eyes just really quick, so hopefully you can look at the screen, and we'll break down the next set of breath work. You're going to separate your trunk into 3 chambers, just like you were doing. You'll breathe in 3 counts into the belly, and then you'll hold your breath. So your diaphragm is a muscle just like any other muscle. If you hold it in length long enough, it'll tend to give and stretch, right? So you'll inhale 3 breaths into the belly, hold. The diaphragm may give a little bit. You'll inhale 3 more breaths into your chest. You'll hold. Hopefully the diaphragm will stretch a little. You'll breathe in 3 more breaths into your collarbones, hold, and then you'll empty from your belly up, your belly, chest, collarbones. Again, the stretching muscles is something, the stretching diaphragm is something that you might get used to. So really think of sectioning off your inhale. If that last bit of breath into the collarbones is really short, that's okay. If it's like the tiniest bit of air, maybe it's even a thought of breathing in, that's fine for now. That's where you are, and you'll continue to work on it. Close your eyes, sit tall, take a deep breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale into your belly for 1, 2, 3, and hold. Inhale into your chest, 1, 2, 3, and hold. Inhale into your collarbones, 2, 3, hold. Exhale, deflate your belly, deflate your chest, deflate your collarbones. Inhale, expand your belly, 2, 3, and hold. Inhale to your chest, 2, 3, hold. Inhale to your collarbones,
2, 3, hold. Exhale, deflate your belly, deflate your chest, deflate your collarbones. Inhale to your belly, 2, 3, hold. To your chest, 2, 3, hold. To your collarbones, 2, 3, hold. Exhale, deflate your belly, deflate your chest, deflate your collarbones. And then resume normal breathing. Let go of any effort, any control, which may be a process and take you a moment. Bring your hands together at your heart center. And we'll honor the depth of our practice. Acknowledge the space that you've created for yourself to practice mindful movement, asana, trusting that it will translate into mindfulness in your actions throughout the rest of the day. And acknowledge your pranayama practice, mindful breathing, trusting that it will translate into mindfulness in your words the rest of your day. Thank you for taking this time. Namaste.